Hello everyone, Castle95 here, and tonight we're going to talk about Impact Wrestling of this week. The show starts with a brawl between LAX and the OGs backstage at the Rebel Complex. Now, I would have preferred if they would show us a pre-tape, heavily edited segment here, but they decided to, kind of like the brawl between Ty and Rosemary, but they decided to go with the raw footage. And that was cool. I mean, the OGs versus Santana and Ortiz look great. I like the part where Santana flies through that window and lands on Homicide. I thought it was really cool to see that. And I would appreciate some more dialogues here, not only, screamings and all that. But yeah, the brawl was intense. This part is cool. The chair shots from Homicide to Ortiz twice. And then this stomping his head against the wall. And then Hernandez about to kill Santana there. And this part was kind of weird. Like, literally, LAX had to run from the OGs because they were too much. This part, that border tossed into the wall. And then this guy's head lands. Oh man, that was real tough. Like, that was scary. I think this is the same dude that appears later on the Scarlet vignette. But yeah, this was sick. Border toss into the wall. We have never seen that, or at least not in a long time. But yeah, then LAX had to run, so that was weird. But then the show starts. The first thing we see is Gamma Singh presenting the Desi Hit Squad. So this was the first big challenge for the Desi Hit Squad. I mean, they have beat CNE, which were former tag team champions. Then they beat Falaba and KM. Then they got in troubles with Ishimori and Petey Williams, trying to gain more attention. And this was a big test for them. Like, if they could win this, they will go on and challenge bigger fish, because, Williams and Ishimori are big challengers. So the match starts with Ishimori and Gersinder, and I've seen a lot of progress in Gersinder in his selling and everything he does inside the ring. I always thought he was kind of Shira, like an okay wrestler. He goes out there, do what he's told to do, but not really giving that extra mile, doesn't get loved by the fans, doesn't get hated enough by the fans. But here, and since he attacked Petey Williams and Ishimori, like the facial expressions, the way he screams at the camera, he's a lot more like Rohit Raju. And because Rohit Raju, I like the attitude that he has. He's always fired up. He's always trying to steal the show. Even when he was a jobber, you will remember his name, because the guy walked through the ramp screaming his name, saying he's the best, which he is. Inside the roster, I think he's one of the best strikers there. And the guy is really professional. I really like what he does inside the ring. And look at this teamwork against Petey Williams. I really like this. How they emphasize the fact that they are rookies and they have to rely on each other and on Gamma Singh to, face bigger challengers. And they have nice tag team offense too, like that baseball slide knee to the side of the face and that face buster with the front chancery. Yeah, that looks nice. I like this neck breaker, slow neck breaker, stepping on Petey Williams' neck to make him get mad and made the fans go mad. And also when Petey appeared, they put the original anthem, like Canadian anthem, without the electric guitar, which is the version Petey normally uses for his entrance, and they let it play, and it was a nice moment. Oh, and look at this combo. I love this neck breaker into a face buster, sit out face buster. That was cool. Then Petey Williams has enough, gets rid of the Desi Hit Squad. This springboard double dropkick looked great. And look at this combo from Ishimori on the Desi Hit Squad. And here Josh Matthews talks to Don Callis, saying, do you think we will see Ishimori in the next weeks? Because, he's with New Japan, and I don't know if he's going to be in the tapings of the 12th of August. It will be cool to see him here. I didn't thought he will appear after Slammiversary, so yeah, definitely a fan of Ishimori. And this Bone Soldier thing, if they become a tag team with Petey Williams, that would be great. Like, Petey Williams could play the role of this veteran that's all motivated, and he's like, yeah, we can do this, we can be a tag team. And Ishimori could act weird and walk like a zombie when he has the mask on, And then the fact that Ishimori doesn't speak English, I don't know. They could work with this, and especially after this victory, maybe they could think of a tag team run for these two. But then here's what I said about Rohit Raju being one of the best strikers in Impact Wrestling. Look at this combination, roundhouse and then leg sweep and then the double foot stomp, standing double foot stomp. That looked great. Actually, this is the first time he uses this. Normally he doesn't follow up that leg sweep, but now he has the double foot stomp and that looks great. And knee to the guts. He's trying. This pop-up powerbomb looked weird. Let's say Rohit Raju was going for a Rana, leaping Rana, but Petey Williams made that into a powerbomb. Canadian Destroyer attempt, but backbreaker by Gursinder. Then the pump kick. This spot I think is great. It goes for the ripcord, but Gursinder wasn't, you know, it didn't look as slick, as smooth as it should. But yeah, knees to the chest, and the Bone Soldier about to get a win. Then a knee to the face, shotgun drop kick. Nice combo with the Canadian Destroyer following up that finisher from Ishimori. That kind of Bloody Sunday into the knee. I actually love this move. The first time he applied it against Petey Williams 2 weeks ago, it was really cool. Yeah, it looks great. So this guy is win, and I don't know what this is going to mean for the Desi Heat squad. I mean, even if they win, Gamma Singh gets mad at them. I mean, he's always mad, but imagine what is he going to do to the Desi Heat squad after this lose. Yeah, I like what they are doing. I hope they don't drop this idea after this lose. But yeah, lately Impact has taken these things with a lot of patience, a lot of time. So yeah, maybe this lose will make Gamma Singh get even more stiff with his voice, and who knows what's going on. And I will definitely love to see Petey Williams and Ishimori in the tag team division. Then this same night we are going to have Alicia Edwards versus Tessa Blanchard, and LAX is in the house. Obviously the main event, Austin Aries versus Eddie Edwards for the World Championship. That will be super cool. And Pentagon Jr. versus Matt Sydal. What a dream match. I can't wait for that. And then we have a promo from Pentagon, and I love what he had to say. Really, this has to be one of the best promos of Pentagon in his Impact career. They have experimented a lot with Pentagon. They didn't know exactly what to do with him. They put him in the middle of the ring with a microphone, and well, he was blurred by Eli Drake and Austin Aries. But then with the video packages and promos backstage, and this Pentagon, that's crazy that you don't want to be in the same ring with Pentagon, saying you talk about cosmic things and the universe, but in this universe only one thing exists, and it's pain. If you don't believe me, ask Sami Callihan. Yeah, so that was great. That was cool. You have 3 eyes, I have 2 words, 0 fear. And yeah, this match, I couldn't wait for this. So yeah, the next thing we see is Ali cutting a promo against Su Yung, saying, well, Alicia tells her that Tessa ruined her moment last week, but Ali says, I'm not going to get distracted anymore. Tessa is going to get what she deserves. But you know, she promised that she was going to stop Su Yung and that no one else will go into a casket anymore. And she says, make my match against Su Yung a non-title match next week. I don't care. Just bring your undead ass to the ring. And I like how Kira Hogan is even getting some spotlight on her because of this thing. The promo was great. Bring your undead brides, and Tessa could join the party too. So yeah, your time is up. And yeah, so I like this Ali, and I like how they are involving Kira Hogan and Tessa Blanchard into this whole thing. And who knows who's going to be the next champion? Probably Tessa Blanchard, but yeah. Then we have a video package explaining how we got to this point in the career of Eddie Edwards, the bad incident, and the whole decay of Eddie Edwards. I mean, they only show the candlestick shots, not that time that he went crazy at home. He saw Sami Callihan in his reflection. He betrayed Tommy Dreamer. The whole fight in the woods, that was great. And so yeah, his wife is screaming, what are you doing? Who are you? You're not the same Eddie Edwards, whatever. And what happened to Austin Aries saying, here in Impact Wrestling we do things different. This is an open challenge. You gotta step in the ring with the best. Then Eddie Edwards appears from behind, strikes him in the guts with the candlestick. That DDT through the mat, that was sick selling from Austin Aries. I really love that spot. That finisher looks awesome. I missed the Die Hard Flosion, but yeah, this also looks great. And then he attacks him for a second time, right through the guts like a samurai on the stage. He was going to break Aries' neck there, but thankfully Aries got out of the hold. So yeah, this match was booked, and yeah, this Eddie Edwards I really like. And then we had the promo from Austin Aries saying, yeah, Eddie Edwards is crazy. He's not the man that I know for 10 plus years. One of the best professional wrestlers in this industry. But that guy is not here tonight. Something has happened to you. That's why I'm kind of afraid. Like, I'm afraid, but just a little bit. Because you're unpredictable and you're dangerous. But I'm the champion for a reason, so I'm going to come out on top. And yeah, I should have seen this coming. Like, the ending of this episode and the main event was great, and it was really a surprise for me. So yeah, we'll talk about it later. Then we had more of Joe Hendry, Katarina, and Grado. So Grado is talking about last week when he was going for the tag and Joe Hendry wasn't there. Of course, Grado doesn't know a thing what's happening with Joe Hendry and Katarina. And last week we saw Eli Drake talking directly to Grado, saying, "Hey, I'm trying to help you. Look what those two are doing to you." And well, Grado, I like how Impact is taking things with a lot of time, and so they have a lot of backstage segments. And next week is Eli Drake versus Joe Hendry, and it's going to be awesome. And then here they told us a little bit of history between Joe Hendry and Grado, saying, remember when they were bullying you in school? Joe Hendry, the prestigious one, was there to save your life. So yeah, I think this is cool. This is going to be pretty entertaining in the future. Now look at this stage. This looks beautiful, like the lights and everything. I'm so glad they are coming back. They're going to be live in the Rebel Complex again the 12th of August. That means new episodes, less spoilers, then more surprises. Because even though they are not going to be live on Pop TV, you know, you never know who's going to appear, who's going to debut, who's going to return, who's going to be gone from the roster forever. And so yeah, interesting stuff. I really love Impact Wrestling. And so Alicia appears. He was going to be in action against Tessa Blanchard. So that's a tough test, but I like how I really like what I've seen from Alicia recently. I saw her in action in Wrestling House of Tomorrow. I finally got to catch up with that company, and yeah, it was like that's a heel, and her selling is pretty solid. I really like what I saw. I don't know if they are going to use it regularly, or if she going to come and go like Rebel or something like that. But yeah, so he's against Tessa Blanchard, so we knew he was already dead when he signed for this match. But yeah, so Tessa starts showing off, you know, into the corner. Look at how she does, and I really love Tessa as a heel. Really, she's super cool to watch. Everything she does, facial expressions, the way she uses the ropes, the way she interacts with the fans, you know, the way she gets cocky and steps on her rival's neck, I think it's super entertaining. And yeah, look at these blows and the kick to the knee. Nice from Alicia Edwards. And that blow right through her throat. Really, look at that. Boom. Elbow to the face. And then the military press. Man, that was sick. Then face first into the mat. That was great. And with Don Callis saying, look at the power, look at the power. That was great. And I love how Don Callis puts over Tessa Blanchard every time he can. Like, I don't know if that is going to transpire into a storyline or in front of the cameras, but, you know, it could be something like Adam Cole and Kevin Kelly. Remember that? That was cool. And yeah, it will be cool if they do something like this. So yeah, Alicia Edwards was trying to build something, trying to build momentum, but Tessa Blanchard is just too good. Look at this vertical suplex, perfect in the middle of the ring. So yeah, I love these lariats. She doesn't let go her opponent's arm, and then the way she's so stiff, like look at that. And then the crucifix, so Tessa was beaten by this move by Madison Rayne, so Alicia did her homework. So I thought it was a nice detail, but then she got kicked in the face, right in the mouth there. Then Tessa getting in front of the referee after choking Alicia Edwards, and then she does this, some Scott Steiner for all of you. Then look at this, oh, so stiff, and then the kick to the back, but less stiff than we were used to see from Tessa. You know, she used to break her opponent's back with that move, but now is, yeah, I actually prefer this. Knee to the guts. Then she fails. And this spot was great because Tessa sells it perfectly. Then she starts screaming, and Don Callis saying, "Oh, those are steel cables." So yeah, that was cool, and that was the breakthrough that Alicia needed. And this flatliner in the middle of the ring looked really, really cool. The selling from Tessa, really deep flatliner. And look at this. Reverse the Irish whip, slaps the hand, then the flatliner. It was beautiful. Nice move from Alicia. I really could get behind her here, you know. And she's still using those trunks of anything is possible. Obviously she's a face here, and I don't know, like I said, if they are going to use her regularly, but I will love that actually. So yeah, he starts building something with the bulldog and everything, but no, Tessa was just too much. Reverse the Rana, and then he hits this Tilt the World DDT. But yeah, here it looked almost as if it was all Tessa Blanchard, you know. Alicia wasn't really doing anything. I don't think she could like get this move on other rivals, maybe on Taya. But imagine if she tries to apply this to Ali. I don't think that will work. But I don't know. When Alicia goes for that Mongolian drive, maybe, I don't know, maybe she should get better at that. I don't know. I don't even know how are you supposed to apply that to help your opponent, you know. That way it's not just Tessa wrestling along. But yeah, after this springboard, well, Alicia tried. It was a good effort. It was a nice match. But Tessa was just too much. Look at this. The stiffest hammerlock DDT in the business. Bam. Right on his head. And then Tessa, of course, wins the match. So yeah, nice match, nice showcase. And after what Tessa had to say last week after attacking Ali, saying Ali is crazy if she thinks he will get a title match before me because I beat her on Slammiversary and she should be to the back of the line. And now she takes the mic and says, I just made an example out of Alicia for Ali. Ali, you may have these stupid people fooled, the people in the back fooled. You only care about yourself and about that Knockouts title. And basically she said, the closer you get to that Knockouts title, I'm coming after you. So yeah, that was really, really cool. I don't know what's going to happen next week. Maybe Tessa is going to intervene and cost Ali the match. But yeah, Tessa doesn't want Ali nowhere near that Knockouts title, and I think that's super, super cool. And I can't wait for Tessa versus Su Yung if that comes along soon. Because promoting the next set of tapings, they are promoting Su Yung versus Ali versus Tessa, which kind of spoils what is going to happen in the future. Sorry if you didn't know about it, but it's on the official Twitter from Impact Wrestling, so yeah, I don't know where this is going, but it's definitely interesting. I like how a lot of characters are getting involved in this. I don't know if Scarlett is going to get involved in this, but yeah, definitely looking forward to this. And speaking of Scarlett, we have a nice vignette with her. And I didn't know Bobo was going to be a regular character helping Scarlett. I like how they are selling her as this manipulative, irresistible force that, you know, she controls every man that comes across her, and every girl in the locker room hates her already, and she didn't even wrestle once. So yeah, I think it's cool, but we'll talk about it later. Then we have a promo from Matt Sydal where Alicia reminds him that he lost the title to Brian Cage. He says, "Oh, you lost the belt." To me, it was never about the belt. It was what about that championship represents, and I just lost a material piece. But I still have the spirit of an X Division champion. Basically says, thank you to the wrestling gods because these kinds of matches are where I live for. So yeah, it's going to be a hell of a show. Yeah, Pentagon versus Matt Sydal will open all of their third eyes. Yeah, so they keep promoting the Chris Jericho Rock and Wrestling, I don't know, cruise. It's going to be Impact versus Ring of Honor. This is awesome. Actually, Josh Matthews in Impact Wrestling Programming promoting an Impact versus Ring of Honor match. The Young Bucks versus LAX, Sami Callihan versus Marty Scurll. This is going to be sick, and I can't wait. Is this going to be free on Twitch? I don't know, but I hope. Or on the Fight Network, you guys let me know. But yeah, then the recap from the GWN flashback moment of the week was Matt Sydal versus Petey Williams. Obviously an awesome match. We're going to jump this because, you know, we don't have time for this. It's in the past. But I would love to see Chris Sabin back. Oh, look at this. Powerbomb position into the Fireman's Carry, into the Cradle Shock in the middle of the ring. Man, Alex Shelley officially retired like a couple weeks ago, and it will be cool to see Chris Sabin back in Impact Wrestling. I loved him as a heel when he was, you know, in a relationship with Red Velvet Sky in front of the cameras, and his feud with Austin Aries was great. And Chris Sabin versus Velvet Sky, that whole storyline was also super cool. So I would love to see him back on television, even if he ends up on NXT. Even then, I would be happy for him. But yeah, definitely hoping he comes back. But whatever. Yeah, jackknife at the big sexy whatever. Next, we see Falaba and KM. Yeah, these two were really close to defeat the Hit Squad, and now I like that Ba is actually responding to KM. It's more horizontal, their relationship. Like, now Falaba is saying, no, you should do it my way. Now they actually, now KM understands what Falaba has to say when he just says Ba and Ba and Ba. So I don't know where this is going, but I actually love this tag team, and I hope to see them in action soon again. So Scarlett appears, everybody gets distracted, of course. Yeah, so yeah, I'm loving really what Scarlett is doing in the roster. And she hasn't even wrestled, but yeah. And then I love the part when Falaba says Ba, and then KM says my words exactly. Yeah. Then we have more of Scarlett, Scott D'Amore, and I don't know who else screaming to a guy saying, you think you can come here and pitch your idea, get out of here. And then Scarlett appears, they get crazy. Scarlett basically says, oh, the girls hate me, that makes me feel uncomfortable, I don't know if I want to wrestle them. And then when she says, oh, what am I gonna do? I love it. I love hearing the voice of Scott D'Amore in this situation. It's really funny. And then saying, why don't we give you your own show? And then they call it the Smoke Show. It's up next week. So yeah, I can't wait for this. I really like what they are doing with Scarlett. I think this is going to open doors for really awesome stuff here. I don't know what her first feud is going to be against who. I don't know. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And then they saying, why doesn't more talent come here and pitch their ideas like that? Because she's one of a kind. Yeah, that was cool. Then we have finally Matt Sydal versus Pentagon Jr. What a dream match. And they gave them plenty of time to give us really a super match between these two. And yeah, they are using Pentagon with the full screen Titantron LAX style. Like I said, Impact has been experimenting a lot with Pentagon. So yeah, they finally got, the way to book him in a show like Impact Wrestling, which is different from Lucha Underground in a lot of aspects, and the way they promote their show. It's a weekly show, not divided explicitly by seasons like Lucha Underground. So it's more action inside the ring, like in-ring segments, promos in front of the camera, not so heavily edited segments. It's just different, So yeah, the first exchange was really cool. Now they are censoring bad words in Spanish. I guess it's because now Impact is in Mexico officially, like in Spanish, and I guess it's because of that, because they didn't used to do that. So yeah, this match is great, and I love how Pentagon, when he's in the headlock, he starts screaming like a madman. That's a nice touch. I like that selling from Pentagon, because he's supposed to be crazy. Like, look how he looks. He's the breaker of bones. Like, he has face paint and a mask, and then he starts screaming in Spanish, and like he's crazy. And I like when he screams like a madman, like here, or when he kicks Matt Sydal and then screams "woo!" Yeah, this was great. This episode was great for Pentagon. I really love what I've seen from him. So yes, this is all Pentagon until that sunset flip, and then Matt Sydal traps one of the legs of Pentagon, and I love how Matt Sydal does this. He does this every time, like picks one leg and then rips it apart from his rival. Like, look at this, stepping on the knee, then the Indian Deathlock, that beautiful bridge into a headlock again, and he doesn't forget that it's the left leg of Pentagon, and throughout the entire match he keeps punishing that leg. So it was great, really. And then look at that axe kick to the back. That was great. Oh, right to the shoulder. Then Pentagon comes back with the sling blade and another one. Then Matt Sydal goes under the ring, and actually Sydal has done this move to Desmond Xavier and Brian Cage, and Pentagon is the only one that has go under the ring himself to look for Matt Sydal, because he's crazy, and that's why after that he gets kicked in the face with a baseball slide, running boot to the mouth, and then Matt Sydal punishing that left leg again against the barricade, and I really love this. Look at that kick. Oh man, that was really cool. Yeah, then another baseball slide to the face, more punishment to that leg. And this part, when Matt Sydal is going for, I don't know, a running kick or something, and Pentagon decapitates him with a super kick and ringside. Like, how sick is that? Look at that selling. Perfect, dude. how intense, right in the mouth, man. And then the selling with Matt Sydal just falling, crushing on the concrete like ragdoll physics there, and he stays there dead. That was super cool. Then the chop, look at that, you can see the sweat off the chest. Oh man, that was so cool. Then I didn't know what they were going for here. Super kick. Then he goes for a Meteora, catches Pentagon with just one knee. That was cool. Then he gets caught in midair with a super kick to the guts. That was great. Look at this. Boom. Then the spinning heel kick. That was super cool. I love how Mattel does this every time. Like, jumps up and then spinning heel kick right in the forehead, right in the third eye. And super kick to the knee. And then he goes for a backbreaker. That was super cool. Cero Miedo, and he breaks SYDAL's back. Then he tries to break his arm, and I like how SYDAL got out of this hold. He didn't overpower Pentagon like Eli Drake. He just rolled through, then start kicking the same left leg of Pentagon, which the selling is really good by him. Yeah, he remembers, oh yeah, he was punishing this leg, so I had to sell this. Oh man, yeah. She sells it good, and then the kick to the face. Oh man, I really love this combo. Look at this, look at the leg, boom. And then turning the page, which was really awkward, the selling of in this part. You know, Cage sold it perfectly, and yeah, this looked weird, but whatever. Then the exchange of chops in the middle of the ring, especially this one. Look at this, boom. Even Ref Riley got a lot of sweat on his face after this. Oh man, that was so intense. Then Pentagon with the Cero Miedo in SYDAL's face. He goes for that leaping knee, beautiful knee, right to the mouth. Then more exchange of strikes with SYDAL screaming, open it up, but then a super kick right to the face. Then the reversal and the Pentagon driver in the middle of the ring. And SYDAL kicks out, which was a surprise really, because the only man that kicked out of that was Sami Callihan, because Austin Aries put his feet on the rope, and that's how he, you know, retained it, was still alive in that match weeks ago. But yeah, this is interesting. Apparently the Pentagon driver is not as effective as it used to be. But then again, Matt Sydal is a former X Division champion. So yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So yeah, he kicks out, the match continues. And yeah, this was a really intense match. Double foot stomp, doesn't get it. Then a splash from the top rope. He did this with Brian Cage, and I actually like this move, dude. It was like breaking his opponent's back. Big splash from the top rope. Boom. Then Pentagon, another super kick to the face of Matt Sydal. Then he goes for that Mexican Destroyer out of the corner. Then leaping Rana. Beautiful execution for Matt Sydal. And yeah, this match, it looked like it would never end. Like then Matt Sydal goes for a shooting star press, lands on Pentagon's knees. He goes for a small package. Sydal kicks out. Then a kick to the guts. And then, and also, Josh Matthews was calling that arm breaker the gift of the gods. So nice shout out to Lucha Underground. Really, that looked cool. That's a cool name for a finisher, dude, especially for that finisher. And then the package pile driver, the fear factor, and I like how Pentagon bounces off the ropes. Boom, that was really great. Then Pentagon wins. He starts celebrating, and the weirdest things happen. In the Titantron is Sami Callihan getting mad at everyone, saying, I'm sick of losing to people like Pentagon. People say I look stupid. People keep talking about us online. And he is completely mad, saying one of you guys will shave his head. Nobody wants to do it. And actually Dave Chris kind of spoiled this, because he appeared cutting promos on Twitter for AAW with his head shaved. I didn't know this had something to do with an Impact storyline, but yeah, that's cool, because I didn't think Sami Callihan could have gone even more crazy. And so I like the part where Jay Chris says, I'll do it, I'll take the hit, I'm the mini draw, I'll do it, let's go, let's do this. So that was super cool. And Sami Callihan, I don't know where, says, no Dave, you have to do it, you shave your head. And then orders Jake to shave his own brother's head. Like, how sick is that? I don't know what's wrong with Sami Callihan at this point. He's saying, take what for the team, sit down and shave your brother's head. So yeah, this guy is completely out of his mind. I didn't think this was possible, but yeah, I don't know where this is going. But this was so scary and sick when he says, we're looking more and more like a family. I don't know where this is going, but yeah, facial expressions are gold in this time, especially Jay Chris. Look at him crying because he had to shave his brother. And then Pentagon is on the ring saying like, what's going on? And I was actually hoping that these guys would move on to different things, but you know, it was humiliation for Sami Callihan at Slammiversary, so I guess it makes sense that Sami Callihan now wants revenge on Pentagon, and he won't let go until he gets some revenge out of this, you know. And so promoting the new set of tapings on the 12th of August, they are promoting a Mexican death match between Sami Callihan and Pentagon. So yeah, that tells us that the feud is going to continue throughout August. I don't know for how many weeks, but yeah, this is keep getting more and more interesting because Sami Callihan is crazier and crazier. And so yeah, next week we have Phoenix versus Sami Callihan, which is going to be sick, and I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So yeah, poor Dave, he got shaped. Look at Jake crying. He says he's the mini draw, but yeah, he's awesome. Look at this replay, look at this slow-mo, that was super cool. And then from other angle, that package driver, the fear factor, boom. So what's next for SYDAL? I don't know. After that promo, I don't know if they are going to involve Brian Cage between this and the X Division Championship, because he is left out without challengers, really. I mean, I don't see anyone going to challenge Brian Cage in the short term, so who knows what's going to happen. And they didn't even mention him here. Then we have the segment between LAX and the OGs. Of course, LAX, we're back in the cut, whatever, all the catchphrases saying that they beat the OGs, they want answers, and then the OGs interrupt. They say, yeah, you thought you just won a battle, we had your belt. Conan calls Eddie Kingston a walking talking glory hole again. And yeah, I like how the King refers to himself in third person as the King. You don't tell the King what to do. I love when he does that. So yeah, basically King challenges LAX to a street fight on the streets, on the actual streets, and saying, or are you afraid, Conan, or did you forget how this works? Because, you know, throughout the road to Slammiversary, he was saying, you know, Conan has soft out, he doesn't know what this lifestyle is about anymore, like he's soft. Are you afraid, Conan? Are you trying to protect your puppies from the streets? And so I don't know what these guys are going to be doing. I mean, as Don Callis said, every division in Impact Wrestling is jacked and stacked. And so yeah, the Desi Squad, Petey Williams, Ishimori, KM and Falaba are busy, but the titles are being disputed between LAX and the OGs, and probably they are going to shut a street fight on the actual streets, and it's going to be sick because Impact does a lot of these matches outside the Impact Zone, and they end up looking really cool. So yeah, I can't wait for this to happen. I don't know if next week or in 2 weeks, but yeah, this looked great, and this feud continues. It has only started as Slammiversary, but yeah, nice. Then next week we have Ali versus Su Young. Can't wait for that. Look at those graphics. Then the smoke show. I don't know what this is about. Is she going to wrestle? Is she going to interview someone? Who is going to interact with her inside the ring? I don't know what to expect, but I can't wait. Then Joe Hendry versus Eli Drake. This is going to be cool. Number 2, the rematch for Eli Drake. Who knows what's going to happen? Phoenix versus Sami Callihan. Look at those graphics, man. So cool. I don't know what's going on here. Dave is going to be with his head shaved. And this main event was ARIES versus Edwards. Man, only saying those two guys' names together hypes me up so much. Then this guy is so crazy. His wife even can't deal with him anymore. Last week he says, yeah, I'm going to be a world champion, Alicia, and then we're going to be happy forever. But yeah, Alicia doesn't want anything to do with him right now, and he's really crazy. I love it, the facial expressions. Like, it's kind of weird. I don't know why, but he doesn't sold this to me like completely for some reason. But yeah, I'm getting used to it, and I should appreciate how much love Eddie Edwards is put into this new character, this new adventure for his career in Impact. So yeah, Impact keeps promoting new dates for the TV tapings, 12th of August. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Then I love this promo from Jimmy Jacobs. I love the setup. Look at that couch. Look at the lights, everything. Like, this guy is supposed to be this eccentric madman that, you know, nobody knows what's going on in his head. And actually, Impact is full of these kinds of characters. They really love these kind of psychopaths, crazy people. And with Jimmy Jacobs saying, I was trying to make Johnny a favor, save him the trouble. Because the last time Johnny Impact and Kong went face to face, Johnny went face to steel. That was a nice line. Nice work, Jimmy. This guy, I like how Impact is selling this slowly, like week after week, taking their time. I don't really know where this is going to end, but yeah. Then when Jimmy Jacobs says, you want the monster? Next week you got the monster, the Johnny. Be careful. I am the monster. Yeah, that was a great line. I don't know what to expect here. What is he? Is he going to get physical with Johnny? What does he mean by I am the monster? I can't wait. Obviously, they had this written down. They know what they're doing. They had a plan, a long-term plan for Jimmy Jacobs in Impact Wrestling, and I can't wait to see where and when is this going to unravel. So yeah, finally we get to see the main event. So look at these graphics, it looks awesome. We haven't seen these kinds of graphics for a championship match in a while, and these look super cool. Look at that title, it's just beautiful, and the fonts and everything. Yeah, so Eddie Edwards, candlestick in hand. The guy is super crazy. Just look at the way he moves through the stage, the way he enters the ring, the outfit he's using jeans inside the ring. Like, he's not the same Eddie Edwards, but what makes him so unpredictable and so dangerous that he can still wrestle, and very good. Like, he can still go inside the ring, but now he's more dangerous because he now can brawl the hell out of you. Then Austin Aries appears, and after what he has said, that I'm just a little bit afraid. Yeah, I was thinking this is going to have some kind of shenanigans in the end, because this is not going to end with a clean pin, you know. Obviously Austin Aries has something in mind. Obviously Eddie Edwards can snap and do something crazy. I like how Aries insists that he leaves that candlestick outside the ring, because if not, the match is not going to start. Then Eddie Edwards, after that collar elbow tie up, you know, Austin Aries gets the upper hand and he starts showing off as always. But then this drops down over the head, belly to belly, boom, and then it starts doing angels, snow angels in the ring, getting crazier and crazier. When he says shake my hand, and then Aries slaps his face, the way he starts to move and the facial expressions, he reminds me a lot of Crazy Sting. Remember that Joker Crazy Sting? Like, it's terrifying how much it resembles Eddie Edwards resembles Sting at this point. Like, and I like this. I love this. Yeah, now I can't unsee that Joker Sting in Eddie Edwards' face and way of act. Probably was an inspiration for him, but the good thing is that Eddie Edwards can actually wrestle. You know, yeah, I said it. I actually hate Sting inside the ring, but yeah, that's just my opinion, man. I don't know. So yeah, it was cool to see this Eddie Edwards, so different Eddie Edwards. And then when he starts chasing around Austin Aries, and Aries regains control, clapping the brain of Eddie Edwards, bam, like that. And the selling from Eddie is just so cool. Then he stops the hit-seeking missile with a forearm, and then he forced the handshake between these two guys. That was super cool. The way Eddie Edwards looks at the camera, like, I'm loving this, man. I appreciate how Impact put us in the boots of Austin Aries, because we also didn't know what to expect from Eddie Edwards. We haven't seen him in a singles match, in a non-street fight match, you know, in a while, and so we didn't know really was he going to act against against the champion Austin Aries. So yeah, it was a nice night for Eddie Edwards. And then this spot when he almost chops the face off of a fan, a lucky bastard there, and Austin Aries with another chop, and he also fails and almost hits the same fan. That was great. Like, man, I wish I was that guy. And then the chop, and Aries, the selling of Aries just jumping and, you know, using the barricade for that, and then Eddie Edwards looking at the camera. That was just so great. Yeah, I really like this match. I really enjoyed it, and especially the attention to the details from Eddie Edwards, like the facial expressions, the outfit, and then the way he now applies his moves differently. Like, look at this. After that hit-seeking missile in ringside, that was great. And look at that pose from Austin Aries. And the guy is the greatest man that ever lived. Yeah. So yeah, more punishment from Austin Aries. But then Eddie Edwards getting crazier and crazier, actually daring Austin Aries to chop his chest off. And look at that. The guy is mad. We have lost him already. And imagine a world champion like that. It will be great. And now I can hear people saying, "Oh, this is a copy of Dean Ambrose." Yeah, dude. Well, Dean Ambrose doesn't hold the rights to wear jeans inside the ring. Alright, this is completely different. His origin story is completely different. His repertoire is completely different. His promos are completely different. Like, everything is completely different. So don't even start, man. And then look at he reversed the roaring elbow into a blue thunderbolt, deadly blue thunderbolt. Look at this selling from Austin Aries. and the way he applies it is different. Normally he goes for a pin attempt after this, but then he just pops up, falls on his back. You know, it's completely different. The attention to detail, I think, is great. Then look at this baseball slide, and he goes for this F5. Normally he will sit out for this. He will sit down and, you know, drive his opponent with him to the mat, but then now he just throws Austin Aries. He doesn't care. And no signs of a Shining Wizard during this match, really. He didn't even try to get a Boston Knee Parry or a Shining Wizard or anything. It's a different Eddie Edwards, and I like that. Then he goes for a Tiger Driver, and this spot is great. Tiger Driver into a Rana in the middle of the ring. Perfect execution. That was so cool. And yeah, Aries goes for a Death Valley Driver. Eddie Edwards reverses. Then he can finally get that Tiger Driver. Beautiful. Look at the height of Aries. Like Eddie Edwards sending Austin Aries up to the roof, and then Tiger Driver. That was beautiful. Look at this execution, man. Awesome selling. And then facial expressions. Look at this. Aries kicks out, and then Eddie Edwards can't believe it. That guy is so forced. It's so different from, you know, other nutcases in Impact Wrestling, like Sami Callihan, like Killer Cross, like Jimmy Jacobs. Like, the bar was really, really high for these kinds of characters inside Impact Wrestling, counting Pentagon Jr. and all the rest. And Eddie Edwards really had to do something really special to, you know, step above all those other characters, and I think he did in his own rule, like in his own style. And yeah, then we had the Sunset Flip, and immediately following up with a Last Chance, and that was beautiful. Look at that selling with Eddie Edwards choking to death, and then the way he breaks the hold is also super cool. He biting Austin Aries' finger. That was great, man. And then Austin Aries gets mad, gets the championship to hit Eddie Edwards, but tries another time that Derry heel move, the low blow brainbuster combo, but Eddie counters with a low blow of his own, a small package, and I really thought we would have a new champion this night right there after that small package. It was great the way they built this match. Like, it was so cardiac. I was on the edge of my seat the entire match, really. And they, after the insecurity in the corner, he goes for that backpack stunner Aries with the clap through the brain of Eddie Edwards, and then the exchange of strikes in the middle of the ring, like roaring elbow into Enzuigiri, then roaring elbow, then super kick. Man, that was great. And also, Austin Aries couldn't apply that Death Valley Driver during the match. He tried 3 times to do it, but he couldn't in the end. Then the ref gets knocked out. Then Aries just hits Eddie Edwards, and yeah, I guess the live version of this, there was confusion in this part, because this was heavily edited. Like, it was more edited than Lucha Underground. Look at this change from one frame to another. It's completely absurd. But anyways, he goes for the championship. Eddie Edwards ducks. I was hoping to see a Boston Knee Party, but no, he goes for that DDT, which looks sick as a finisher. Yeah, I've said it before. Like, the selling of Austin Aries is great. He plants him on the mat. He had the champion pinned here twice. Well, not twice, because the small package doesn't count. Austin Aries kicked out, but yeah, Eddie Edwards should be our world champion right now. But yeah, the ref was knocked out. Then Eddie Edwards gets crazy, gets the kendo stick, hits the ref again because he's crazy, while he waits for Austin Aries to get to his feet. But yeah, the Derry heel, the belt collector, had Eddie Edwards scouted. Low blow from Aries. He goes for that brainbuster, but Eddie Edwards lands on his feet, because yeah, the guy knows what he's doing. He's also a former world champion. You can't just outsmart Eddie Edwards. Like, he has had to deal with Lashley, with Davey Richards, with Sami Callihan, for God's sake, so the guy knows what he's doing. It wasn't going to be as easy as Eli Drake or Pentagon. He's not falling for this with Austin Aries. So kendo stick to the face. Then Eddie gets crazier and crazier, starts saying, say good night, Aries, say night, night, Aries. He starts screaming night, night, while he's choking Aries to death in the corner with the kendo stick. Then Killer Cross appears, and yeah, I should have seen this coming when Killer Cross attacked Anthony Corelli last week. He deadlifts Eddie Edwards for a couple seconds, then the Saito suplex, bam, right on his shoulder. Damn, Doomsday Saito, that's such a cool name for that signature maneuver. And yeah, so basically here, we didn't know what to expect. Like, why is Killer Cross? Is he going to attack Austin Aries too? But then he doesn't attack Austin Aries. Aries goes for that brainbuster, beautiful in the middle of the ring. Look at this. Look at the selling from Eddie Edwards, landing on his neck. Then Aries retains, and then Killer Cross passes the world title to Austin Aries, which was really weird at that time. We didn't know. So this is the big revelation of the week. Like, Austin Aries was the one that was behind X this whole time. He was behind Killer Cross, behind all the attacks, Josh Matthews say. So Austin Aries is responsible for this. He was lending victims to Killer Cross, and so yeah, Killer Cross took care of Eddie Edwards. And now I just can't wait to see a match between Killer Cross and Eddie Edwards. That really sounds like a super match that could be in any main event of any Impact show, and that's probably going to happen soon. And then look at this pose, man. The world champion, Killer Cross behind him. Man, this is so cool. I don't know what's going to happen next. Is Anthony Carelli going to appear ever again on Impact Wrestling Television? Who is going to challenge Austin Aries' neck? What is going to what is Impact Management going to do with this Killer Cross working for Austin Aries? Man, Austin Aries is going to be the world champion forever. Who's going to step up? Yeah, so nice show. I don't know what you think, guys. So that will be it for this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me what you think is going to happen in the future. Obviously no spoilers, but yeah. So yeah, that'll be it for tonight. See you in the next one. Goodbye.